Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a harvest video of whatever we need to harvest in the garden today. Hi everyone, welcome back to Kim's Cozy Corner. We are almost to mid-July. The harvests are coming in every couple of days, and when I can, I try to harvest with you. Well, today, y'all, you see all these tomatoes right here, all these red tomatoes, among other things. That's what we're going to get into today and harvest today. And my helper, Elysia, who's off camera right now, she's going to pick the tomatoes for me so I can focus on some of the other things. And some of these other things, it'll be the first time you've seen me harvest them this year. So we're going to just jump right in. Elysia, come, honey, come on. People are ready. So Elysia is going to harvest the tomatoes right here amongst other places in the garden. We've been harvesting off of these tomatoes now since, February? Because these started indoors and we moved them outdoors. So we're going to harvest as many of these as we can. She said she was going to eat while she was harvesting, so hopefully she won't eat too many. Hopefully some of these makes it indoors. So while Elysia's working on these tomatoes, I'm going to work on a few other things and I'll bring them back and show you what I'm doing. All right, I've already harvested some zucchini before, but I'm going to bring you the biggest zucchini I've had so far. I'm going to go grab it. I should have picked it days ago, y'all. So I'm behind Elysia, but y'all look at that zucchini. I don't like them getting much bigger than this, so we're going to call this a good size, and hopefully we're not going to let any of the rest of them get this large. So this little baby zucchini is really the size I prefer. They're tender, they're sweet. When they start getting this big, y'all, the seeds are just too big for me. But that's the only two zucchini I'm picking over here. I really should run next. I'm gonna run over to the neighbors real quick just to see if there's any over there while Elysia keeps working on these tomatoes. Y'all look at all these tomatoes that Elysia's working on. And this is just one of several places that she's going to have to harvest tomatoes. Like way back in the corner over there, there is another GreenStalk full of tomatoes back there. But this is the one she's working on right now. Let's head over to the neighbors. This is where I picked those two zucchini right there. Oh my, I'm over to the neighbors and we were just looking for squash. But look, y'all, there's a double squash down there. Y'all see that? There are two of them fused together. That needs to be harvested. The rest of these are definitely too small. Y'all look at the potatoes dying back. Y'all, I might get to them this weekend and I might not. But look, potatoes above ground. We need to get them covered back up. In several places, they're above ground. These are all Nicola. Potatoes over here. Oh, look at that. Red pepper. The bottom got some kind of damage on it, but this is a sweet paprika or Hungarian paprika right here. You see the holes in these beans right here? I think it's flea beetles that's doing that. At the moment, I don't think it's affecting the plant at all. We planted those kind of late, so I think they're okay. Sugar Rush. Our Sugar Rush peach. They look okay, but I'm not going to harvest those today. I'm just looking for stuff I can harvest. I was over here the other day and we harvested 2 or 3 cucumbers. There's another and another. Since there are only 2, I will leave them for the neighbors to enjoy. And I'll head back over to my side And I'll grab the cucumbers that I saw over there. There's Elysia running from bees. All right, she's back over here. Let's see how many she got so far. Oh, wow. And they're so pretty. Move your arms so we can see them. Wow, that's a lot. And we're not even finishing this spot. All right, baby, keep going. Now I have some gherkin cucumbers over here, and I didn't even know they had got this big. I turned my back on them for 1 minute, and voila, y'all, a huge bee and cucumber over here. I don't want them to get this big. I wanted to pick them when they're small. Let me show you the size I really wanted to pick these. Bless you. This is as big as I really wanted them right here. There's a couple more I could pick, but I'll wait for the weekend for those. So 2 cucumbers. Check over here. Some little baby cucumbers, none that need to be harvested, but there are tomatoes over here that need to be harvested. All right, I'm gonna have to help you or we'll be here for 2 days trying to pick tomatoes. So I'll pick these right here for you, okay? I don't have any slicers that are ready yet in the garden, but they are definitely growing and they're getting nice size. They're sizing up nicely. But I have tons and tons of cherry tomatoes. Anything close, go ahead and pick it. Once a tomato has started blushing, it will continue to ripen. So if they got any decent amount orange on them, if they're a red tomato, we absolutely are going to go ahead and get those harvested today. All right, this is what we got so far. Basically on 2-3 plants, it's looking good. And now we're gonna move over to where the rest of the tomatoes are and finish getting those tomatoes harvested. Now, while she's getting tomatoes, I'm going to get a few other things. Here you go. All right, keep going. So the next tomato area is over there, but just right here, down there in the bottom, I have just a couple tomatoes I want to show you. These are called Supernova is what they're called. And I only have 3 that are ready. So of those 3 Supernova, I want to show them to you. They got these little stripes on them. Let's see the best way to show you that. The sun is so bright you might not be able to see the striations, but they're red with little golden stripes coming down. The exposure is horrible, y'all. It's absolutely horrible. So here's a picture of what it's supposed to look like since I'm having issues with exposure. That's a little better so you can kind of see them. So that's just another variety of a cherry tomato. And Elysia is over here working on this plant that's pretty much done for the season. We just got to get all the red tomatoes off of it. And while Elysia is working on these tomatoes, y'all, I'm going to start picking, yes, beans, 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 and more beans, 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 beans. So Elysia just informed me that we have a rabbit in the garden. So we do have a rabbit in the garden for the first time this season. But the good thing is that I don't grow food in the ground anymore. Everything's elevated and raised. I have had no damage whatsoever in the garden from a rabbit, even if he is living in my garden. So now I'm going to jump over here on these green beans. Elysia is going to finish working on tomatoes and stop looking at bunny rabbits. Now over here, these green beans, rattlesnake is what I've been growing that volunteered from last year. But now I'm starting to see the other green beans coming in, which is great because I'm not crazy about rattlesnake. Everyone says it has an amazing taste. I found it to be a little stringy, so that means I let them go a little too long, I believe. But now the other ones are coming in and I can mix them together. And y'all, I'm harvesting every 2 or 3 days. I don't have a choice or they get way too big. But this thing is loaded in beans, especially on this front side right here. So I'm going to keep working on these beans. Elysia, hopefully, will keep working on those tomatoes. and we will wrap this harvest up. It's a little warm out here, so trying to find a little bit of shade out while I'm doing this harvest is what I'm trying to do, y'all. One of the things that I talk about how to make your fresh produce last just a little bit longer, I like to soak them in cool water for about 15 minutes. It plumps those vegetables back up. Now, if they're super hot, I wouldn't put a tomato in cold water because it'll just split it wide open. But green beans, I'm specifically talking green beans. This works for green beans, broccoli, and lettuce, cabbage for sure. Take it in, wash it up, and leave it in a sink of cool water for about 15 minutes. And it just makes it last longer, y'all. I got some tips and tricks for like cucumbers and stuff too. But right now we're talking beans. If you want that nice crispy bean, that's one of the steps that you could do to get the crispiness back, because sometimes you leave them out, they get a little soft. Well, if you want to get them crispy again, that's the process that I use. There may be others, but that's what I do. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to start harvesting so I can hurry up and get out of this sun, y'all. I will bring you back. I will show you the harvest here in just a minute. It'll be a minute for you, but it's going to be more than a minute for me because I got to get this done, y'all. All right, these are the tomatoes that we have. Aren't they pretty? Look at that. They are so, so pretty. And I think it's 3 different varieties of tomatoes that we have right here. Lisa's getting ready to pick the last 2 or 3 red ones over there. All right, now this is it. I got hair in my face. This is it from a red tomato standpoint. We're gonna have some different colored tomatoes coming in real soon. I'm looking at my black strawberries. By next week, we'll be harvesting those as well. But these are the tomatoes. Now, let me get back to these beans. Maybe Elysia help me so I can hurry up and get done with the beans. You gonna help me?
Yes.
Okay. Come on this side over here. This is where there's a whole bunch of them. Come on around. Come on around. Come all the way out and around. Right here. Lots of beans right there.
Lots of baby beans.
There's big ones too. There's big ones. You have to move the leaves back to get to them, at least. They're not going to jump out at you. Every time I walk away, I come back, I see some more. All right, y'all, here's our harvest for today. Here are beans, cucumbers, zucchini, and tomatoes. Here's our total weights for the day. And this is our small little harvest for an early July, because we're not mid-July yet, but this is an early July harvest. And if you notice, the harvests are getting bigger and bigger every time we do a harvest together. So that's it for today. More harvest to come. More things going on at Kim's Cozy Corner. Potatoes are going on. We got to plant a few things, right? There's a lot happening. So come back and join us for additional harvest and hanging out. And y'all, we got to start preserving this food as well. So there'll be plenty of preserving videos as well. So see you back here again real soon.
Bye.
Bye.